which tells you a lot about this week. What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video. And in this video I'm going to be talking about the week 6 drop list for Supreme's fall winter 2022 season, which is set to drop on Thursday, October 6th. So if you guys haven't seen yet, it doesn't look like there's any major collaborations for this week, so it is looking kind of like a grim week. But with that being said, I do make streetwear content videos 2 to 3 times a week, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And I'm not sure if this is a full or partial drop list. It wasn't specified in the post, so if this is just a partial and more stuff comes out, I will be making more videos about it in the future. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you guys are interested. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram at TaylorPrenticeTGOD, I do post the prices and everything on there as they come in. So with that being said, let's get into these pieces. Starting off here, we've got the multicolor faux fur bomber jacket, which is probably my favorite piece from this week, to be honest. It's definitely going to be out of my price range, but I think the execution on this one was super solid. I think typically Supreme does a really good job with the faux fur jackets. In the past, there's been a couple that I've really wanted, and this one has been added to that collection. So yeah, I think this one is super sick. I really like the abstract colors and the patterns that they went with. Just works really well with this piece, and I think the faux fur that they use on all their jackets looks really nice. You know, like when you hear faux fur, you're always kind of skeptical about what it actually looks like and the quality of it, but it does seem like Supreme has that kind of locked in, and the faux jackets that they come up with are really cool most of the time, in my opinion. So yeah, this piece was really solid, I thought. Then we've got the micro down half zip hooded jacket or pullover. So yeah, I do not really like this jacket, to be honest. I don't really like half zips in general. I feel like, why not just make it a full zip if you're gonna do it? And I don't really like the silhouette of this jacket, and I prefer the puffs on jackets to be bigger. So obviously this is like a little puffer jacket, it's a down jacket or whatever, but yeah, like those little individual puffs, I prefer those to be bigger. That's kind of one thing I'm really picky about when it comes to these types of jackets, which it could just be me. I don't know if everyone's that picky. It's just kind of a weird thing for me. So like on the pants too, I don't really like those. Similar to even like when Montclair does this kind of stuff, when they have like the smaller puffs, I don't like those as much as those big puffs. So like I said, this could just be like a personal issue for me. I don't really think these pieces are bad, but yeah, I really don't like them personally. And then the paisley on these jackets I do think is cool. I think that is one of the saving graces of this piece, or these pieces. I think the fact that they went away from traditional paisley and kind of changed up the like shapes of the images within the paisley was really cool, and I hope they continue to do that with patterns, kind of make them their own, because it does get kind of old when you've got like a paisley pattern that you've seen like a million times. It does look cool in a lot of situations, like I'm a fan of paisley, but it does get kind of old when it's the same exact pattern literally every time, just with like a little bit different of a color or whatever. And next we've got what I think are some really interesting pieces. So up top we've got this leather blazer, which is not something you would expect Supreme to release, but I think they executed it really well. I'm sure it'll be expensive. I think it is going to be real leather. Same with the pants. So both of these items are going to be pretty expensive, but I do think they did a really good job with these. I really like the silhouette and just like the small little details. I think they knocked it out of the park with this one, even though it is a weird item that I don't think many people will be like setting out to get from Supreme. But moving on to the pants, I think the pants are an item that a lot of people are going to be after. I think they're super cool, especially these red ones are super sick. I think it's interesting that they didn't do a red blazer. Obviously, the colors that they did release are a lot more wearable than like a red blazer, but I do think the pants all around are really cool, and I do like all of these colors in really all these pieces, so I think they did a really good job here. Next we have what is called the iridescent top. So this one is interesting, kind of like 70s 80s vibes, definitely like Night at the Roxbury type of stuff going on here. You can match this up with those leather pants and have a flashback going on pretty much back to the 70s. But yeah, these pieces were kind of a miss for me. Not that I think they're like super bad. I do think this green color is kind of ugly. It kind of looks like puke green almost. I think the black and the blue ones work a lot better, but at the same time, this shirt is just very loud for what it is, and yeah, it's gonna be a hard pass for me. And then we have the washed half zip pullover. So I don't think these are bad. I really don't like half zips, so I'm kind of biased on my opinion on these, but I think they look really clean, just not something that I would see myself wearing. And they are kind of basic for like an item from Supreme. I don't know if you guys always feel like if you get an item from Supreme it has to be outlandish or whatever, but I think you could find similar jackets for a cheaper price, but with that being said, I don't think these are going to sell like crazy, so you might be able to get it for under retail once it sits for a while. But I do think these are pretty clean. Like I said, I think the colorways that they chose are really nice. So yeah, I don't dislike this piece. I don't really like it either, but I think it's a solid piece. And then we have the rhinestone shadow hoodie. I think this one's super cool. As you guys can see here, it's got the logo just across, and then behind it has the rhinestone shadow. I think this was a really cool design decision from Supreme, something you don't really see too often. I feel like I have seen this before, but I can't even remember who did it. So yeah, I thought this was definitely one of the cooler pieces, and I do like the colorways that they chose here. I think this like USC type of colorway is really clean, but really I could see myself wearing pretty much any of these. Then we've got these split soccer jersey and split soccer shorts. I don't really love the colorways here, and I'm also not like super into soccer, so I would feel kind of like a goofy wearing this, or football, should I say. I'm not super into football, but anyways, I think maybe I could see myself wearing the yellow and white shorts, but that's about it. I really do like soccer shorts. I think they are the superior shorts of all kinds, especially if they have pockets. They gotta have pockets, but the fit of soccer shorts is always way better than any other kind of short. They always fit how I really want shorts to fit, so I'm a big fan of soccer shorts, but these were not really doing it for me. And then we have what is probably my favorite piece from this week besides the faux fur bomber jacket, and that is the contrast stitch sweater. And yeah, this one is super cool. It's a button up, as you guys can see here, but gives you like spaghetti western vibes almost, definitely like that old western type of look. And this cream colorway and this black one are super sick. This like fuchsia colorway I think is cool too, but a little bit harder to wear obviously. So if I were to go with one, I would pick the white one, but yeah, these are super sick in my opinion. Next, we've got the property label beanie and the property label top, and I don't really like these. I don't really like the property label logo. I think it works a lot better on a beanie than it does on a t-shirt, and I don't really think they're bad. Like, if you like this look, definitely go for it. There's nothing really bad here, but there's nothing really good here in my opinion, so that's why I don't really like them. But yeah, I definitely don't think they're like a terrible piece in any way. They're just not exciting for me. And then we've got the Field Gear lightweight balaclava. So I don't own any balaclavas. I am a big fan of them though. They obviously got super big since Pusha Ice-T started wearing them, but I think these are a pretty clean look. I like the more like military style type font and design they went with on the side of these. I think that bodes pretty well, and I also think the colors that they chose are pretty solid too. I think the white one is probably my favorite, but yeah, I don't really think I'm going to go out of my way to buy a balaclava, even though I do like wearing stuff like wrapped around my head. As you guys can see, I pretty much always wear a hood, so maybe I need to get into balaclavas. Maybe I'd really enjoy them, but yeah, I think I would like a little bit heavier of one. This one is going to be a little bit lighter, so keep that in mind if you're getting this for like skiing or something. It's probably not going to be the most warm out of them all. Then we've got the boiled wool S logo hats. I think these ones are amazing. So as you guys can tell from my previous videos, I don't really love these kinds of hats, but I really think this wool makes this piece. I think the wool looks super sick, and I think the colorways that they chose are really cool. This is like a perfect fall hat. It is gonna be warm when you're wearing it, so keep that in mind. It's probably not gonna be super nice for like the summer days, or like even spring maybe it might be too warm for, but for the fall and winter this is gonna be perfect. And these brown, navy, cream, black colorways are so cool. This is definitely one of my favorite hats from Supreme from this season for sure ski. And then we've got a collaboration with Ventil hats. These are waterproof, so I'm actually not sure who Ventil is or if I'm saying that right, but it's got the little logo here on the side, and then on the top, like towards the back, it has this little strap thing with a like a D-ring attached to it, it looks like. So I'm curious to see what that's for, if it has any functionality, if it's just for looks, but I don't really like these hats, to be honest. And then we have the contrast stitch beanies down below. I don't really like these either. It just kind of looks like an inside out beanie. I see what they were going for here. Don't think it's like terrible, but I just don't love the execution of the pieces, to be honest. And then to wrap it all up, we've got the watercolor paint, which is one of the most hype items for the week, which tells you a lot about this week. If you read the comments, pretty much people are kind of only hype about the watercolors. We got 3 comments right here at the beginning. So yeah, I think these will sell out super quick. So if you're interested in this, you might want to just try going for this first this week, because it does look like it's probably the hottest item that I've seen people talking about, which, like I said, is probably not great for this week because none of the clothes are getting that much attention. So yeah, the items this week that I want are either out of my price range, or I think will probably drop in price throughout the year. Like that contrast stitch sweater, I don't see that one going for any crazy prices because I feel like Supreme's main client base isn't really looking to get that type of piece. So hopefully I will be able to get that piece for under retail at some point throughout the year. But anyways, if you guys have made it to this point, definitely let me know what you guys think about this week down below. Is it weak, or am I just being a hater? But yeah, if you guys have made it, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could hit that like and subscribe, it would really help me out. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can start getting monetized. But anyways, we will see you next time. Have a good one. Toodaloo.